If I woke up tomorrow and my hair started falling out all over again, knowing everything that I know now, here's what I do differently. And it might not be what you think. I'm not talking more products or supplements. I would follow a very simple, specific plan that supports my hair loss type. And in today's video, I'm gonna walk you through exactly what that plan would look like. What I would focus on first, and things that are less important that I would not focus on. Because I truly feel in all my years of helping people with their hair loss, one of the reasons why people get stuck with their hair loss, it's not because they're not trying hard enough, it's just that a lot of the times people are trying a lot of different things that don't really make sense for them. So if this sounds like it resonates with you at all, I really hope that this video helps shed some light and gives you a little bit of hope. So before we get into this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share this with anybody that you think might need to watch it. So the first thing that we're gonna talk about is the biggest shift in your mindset when it comes to hair growth. I know when my hair fell out the first time, that the first things that I thought about and also the first questions that I got from most people was, did you switch your products? Did you use a new shampoo? Did you use a different hair dye? What have you been doing differently in terms of the products that you're using in your hair? And knowing what I know now about how hair grows and what it needs to grow from your body, from the perspective that your hair follicle requires so much just to grow, that would really clarify things for me. And it would also help to set me in the right direction right off the bat, rather than wasting time trying different things and spending a lot of money on things that don't work. The first place that I would look at is what's going on inside of my body. What's off? Why is my hair not getting what it needs in terms of energy, oxygen, amino acids, minerals, hormones, whatever it is that it needs to grow? Why is it not getting those things that it needs to grow? And then the second thing that I would do would be to focus on stabilizing whatever is going on inside of my body. And I really want you to pay attention to this part, because this, I feel like, is the part where people tend to go to last after the other things didn't work for them. But this really truly needs to be the place that you start from. Those other things, products, supplements, all those other things, yes, they can absolutely help, but you want to think of them as like the icing on the cake, and you want to think about what's going on inside your body as the actual cake. And I know it doesn't sound exciting and it doesn't sound easy, but I promise you, it doesn't always have to be a major shift in fixing whatever's going on inside your body. It can be really small tweaks here and there. So please don't get overwhelmed or put off by this. The main two things that you need to focus on is how much energy your body is getting. And then the second thing is how much stress is your body under. So let's start off with the first. How much energy does your body need to grow your hair? Is it getting enough of that energy? And in a lot of cases, the answer is probably no. Even if you think that you're eating healthy can mean so many different things to so many different people. Specifically, when it comes to your hair, what your body needs is consistent fuel, for one thing, consistent, sufficient amount of protein, hydration, and nutrient density. If you're doing things like going long periods of time between, like, say, lunch and dinner, or if you skip breakfast, this is going to bring us into number 2, which is stress, because your body is going to be experiencing stress from not getting enough calories. And also, if you're eating foods that are like more processed, that are not as nutrient dense, are causing inflammation in your body, this is also going to raise your cortisol levels, and cortisol is the stress hormone. And why this is important is because it's going to affect your thyroids, it's going to affect your hormones, it's going to affect how much blood flow you actually get to your scalp. And all of that is so important because it is going to impact the amount of time that your hair follicle stays in the growth phase of the hair growth cycle. So the first place you want to focus is to create stability in your body. Eating sufficient nutrient-dense food on a regular basis with an emphasis on protein will make a huge impact on your hair growth. So if you think this might be you, I just want you to check in with yourself for the next few days. See how you're doing. Do you feel wired? Do you feel tired? Do you crash in the afternoon, like that, 3 o'clock crash? Do you wake up in the middle of the night? These are all signs that your body is under stress. So focus here first. Okay, the next place that I would focus is to identify your hair loss type. This is so important, guys, because for all of the advice that's online, if you don't know what type of hair loss you're experiencing, you could be treating the wrong hair loss type, and that could potentially do absolutely nothing for your hair. So you're just wasting your time, you're wasting your money, you're wasting your energy. So just try to look at your hair loss and identify what the pattern is. Did your hair loss start after a major stressful event? That could be stress-related hair loss. Do you have a widening part that has been happening gradually over time that could potentially point to androgenic alopecia? Are you experiencing inflammation in your body? Do you have round circular patches on your scalp? That could point to alopecia areata or autoimmune related hair loss. Once you can identify what type of hair loss you're experiencing, then you know where exactly you need to focus. Say if it's stress related hair loss, obviously you're going to want to focus on managing your stress and your nutrition. If it's hormonal, balancing your hormones. If it's autoimmune related, lowering inflammation. So you get exactly what I'm saying here. And if you don't know what type of hair loss you're experiencing, I do have a free quiz that you can take that will help you. Once you take it, you'll get a little bit more clarity as to where to focus next. And I'll link that in the description box below for you. Okay, then from there, I'd move on to step 3, which would be to build a simple, consistent routine. So once you've worked on fixing whatever's going on in your body and bringing balance back, now you can start to focus on things externally that will help support this. But it's not just reaching for any random product. I would be super intentional about what I'm doing. So like when it comes to oiling your scalp, I would think about what oil would help to support my scalp barrier, what would hydrate my scalp skin, what would help to reduce inflammation, boost circulation, massaging my scalp to help boost blood flow to my follicles, working in red light therapy to help increase energy in my hair follicles, using a clarifying shampoo every once in a while to help remove product buildup so that my serums and my oils can really penetrate my hair follicles, using a dermastamp on my scalp to help boost blood flow and increase energy and oxygen, and being really intentional with the serum that I use to make sure that I know that the ingredients that it contains will help my actual hair loss. So it's just about being super intentional with what you're using and starting off with a simple, consistent routine. Next, let's talk about what I would not focus my time or energy on. The first thing is any product that has some sort of a claim where it's going to magically regrow your hair within 2-3 weeks. First of all, if you've seen any of the other videos in the series, you know that hair growth takes time. So any sort of fear-mongering or urgency-based products, any claims that this is the one product that will fix everything for you, those things I would not pay any attention to. Another thing is I would avoid doing too much at once. If you develop a routine and it feels like it's too much for you, you gotta scale it back. The right routine for you is the one that you will maintain consistently over time, because hair growth requires consistency. It is a very slow process, unfortunately. It can take anywhere from 3 to 6 months just to see some sort of a change, and then up to 12 months to see a visible change in your density. Things may not even be corrected within one hair growth cycle. It may take a little bit longer. So like I said, whatever routine is right for you is going to be the one that you can maintain realistically over a long period of time. So I hope that this series has brought you guys some value. And if you feel like you need further help, I created a 30-day plan that is going to walk you through exactly what to do step by step. That's going to launch very soon, because I feel like sometimes you just need that tangible, actionable plan to implement to get you on the road to seeing results. So if you haven't taken the hair loss quiz yet, it's linked down below, and I will let you know once the 30-day guide is out. And in the meantime, if you have any questions at all, please let me know in the comments. And if there's anything that I want this 12-week series to accomplish, is just to give you some peace of mind and to understand on a deeper level exactly what you need to do to regrow your hair, because this is exactly what I would have wanted to watch when I was losing my hair the first time. So thanks so much for sticking with me for this 12 weeks. There's going to be a little shift in the videos coming soon. I'm going to be sharing a little bit more behind the scenes and a little bit more about my life, which I'm very excited about. But obviously, yes, all of it will still be about hair growth and helping you on your journeys. So have a great week, guys. I'll see you guys soon.